that is 1, x minus y equals to 1, x multiplication, I'm writing all in single in the same program, x over y s.
Actually, your screen got stuck. Jaishu, you are able to see his screen?
No,
It got stuck.
no,
There is your screen got stuck.
I
Can you
share.
stop and reshare again?
Yeah.
So in arithmetic operators, for one example, use this floor division operator.
Okay. My screen visible now?
Yeah, it is visible now.
Okay. For floor division, I can use x y-i-s.
Okay. No, don't run the program. Can you explain
Okay.
that line number 7? What will be the output like?
I guess it will give output as 1.
Yeah, how like means how it will give one?
Okay, I have to write it in Word.
You can open Notepad or something. Any.
Okay, I can explain. When we divide 5 by 4, we get something like 1.2
Dheeraj, we are able to see your desktop screen.
Actually, it is not opening. Visible now?
No, still we are able
When
to see
we
your desktop.
performs,
Okay, yeah, now it is visible.
I think it's okay. When we divide 5 by 4, we got out something like 1.25.
Okay.
In the floor division, we get the result only 1.
Okay.
And we discard 25.
Okay. Okay. Can you run and check now?
Yes. Here, output is 1. We don't consider the 0.25 value in the floor division.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, you can stop sharing the rest. Yeah, Abhiram, can you share your screen? Hello, Abhiram.
Sir. Sir, sorry, sir. Yesterday, with the work, I didn't practice arithmetic comprehension.
Okay. Okay, Abhiram. Yeah. I'll share my screen.
Sir, but yeah, sir. Sir, but I know I will, I will, I will practice today, sir.
Yeah, okay, cool. Please confirm if my screen is visible. Yeah, is my screen visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So previously we have gone through the operators, right? So we have gone through the major operators that are useful for our data engineering. So those are arithmetic operators, as this comparison operators, and what else we have gone through? That's all. So assignment operators, like these are like we'll assign the values, right? If you see this code here, we are assigning value 5 to B. So here this equals to will become an assignment operator. So these the other operators are not much useful for our data engineering. You just remember those names; those are present. Arithmetic operators, assignment operators, comparison or relational operators, logical, bitwise, identity, and membership. So no need of in-depth knowledge on this. Just arithmetic operators are fine, and comparison operators are needed. Yeah. So like using this, we'll go to our next topic. So our next topic is if-else statement. So these are conditional statements. We will say them as conditional statements. Conditional statements. So what is if-else? Suppose like if I want to execute a block of code, if a condition is true, and I want to execute other block when the condition is false. ఇక్కడ ఇఫ్ ఎల్స్ అంటే ఏంటి అంటే నా దగ్గర ఒక 2 బ్లాక్ ఆఫ్ కోడ్స్ ఉన్నాయి. ఒక బ్లాక్ ఆఫ్ కోడ్ అనేది ఒక కండిషన్ ట్రూ ఉన్నప్పుడు ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ చేయాలి, కండిషన్ ఫాల్స్ ఉన్నప్పుడు అదర్ బ్లాక్ ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ చేయాలి. సో దెన్ వీ నీడ్ టు యూస్ ఇఫ్ ఎల్స్ స్టేట్మెంట్. సో హియర్ ఇఫ్ యు సీ an if else statement in Python is used to execute block of code based on a condition. So this is important. So if the condition is true, the code inside the if block will be executed. If condition is true, the code if block runs, and if the condition is false, the code inside the else block will run. So this is the definition. Here is the syntax. If the condition is true, this code will be executed. If the condition is false, it will go to else. So then this code will be executed. I will show you the program. So here we will create a new program. Parallel you also create so that like you can practice. Else.py. So like if else I told you, right, the conditional statements. Suppose like let me give some like a student marks is equals to he got like 80 marks. Suppose if marks are greater than 90, what I will do, like, so here so this is a syntax for if. So if statement, if condition and this colon, then you have to click enter, then you have to print what statement should be executed if the condition is true. Print grade A. So now, so this is an indentation. So if you see here, there is some space. So this is called as indentation. So Python, we have to use the indentation. This is mandatory. So now I want, if the condition is false, else. So else what I have to, else again colon. So else I want to print what is his grade. So grade is a B. So here what is happening means, so if the marks are greater than 90, we are saying that he has secured grade A. Else he comes under grade B. సో విల్ రన్ దిస్. సో ఇక్కడ ఏంటి అంటే ఇనిషియల్గా మార్క్స్ అనేది 80 అనుకున్నాం మనం. సో ఒకవేళ మార్క్స్ 90 కన్నా ఎక్కువ వస్తే అతను గ్రేడ్ ఏ కిందకు వస్తాడు, లేకపోతే అతను గ్రేడ్ బి కిందకు వస్తాడు. సో ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ పైథాన్ if else. So he comes under grade B. Why? So this condition will be false. So ikkadi condition false endukante 80 greater than 90 is false. So the control will comes to else statement. So what else does has like print grade B. Suppose like if I make this as 100, what should happen? He should be grade A. Suppose if I make this as 90, then what should happen? 90 greater than 90, false. So grade B. So now what will I do? I'll add. So here you understood, right?
Sir, can you repeat again, sir? Sorry.
Yeah. So what happened is first I have declared a variable marks. So I have given 90. So what I want to do is, so if you see student report cards or something, there based on the marks they will display the grade, right? So what happens there will be internally a program written. What happens means initially they get the marks of students. So if the marks of students are greater than 90, he comes under grade A. We are printing grade A. If it is false, like if those marks are less than 90, we are going to grade B. Okay, let me improvise still. So I'll write elif condition. So what I'll do here is I'll initially, so even if let us take this marks from user, how do we take? Using input method. If you remember, input, we'll ask please enter marks, please enter your marks. So what will happen if greater than 90 A, greater than 90 grade B, greater than 70 grade C, 60 grade D. Display 4. So here if you take this as I have received some marks, like I want to check now what is my grade. I opened some website, randomly I opened some website, I have my marks, I just want to check my grade, which grade I comes under based on my marks. So I opened that website. Now what I'll do is I'll run this program. So here it is asking my marks. So definitely I need to enter my marks to get my grade, right? So what I'll enter, like I'll enter 75, I have received 75 marks. So then I'll click hit enter. So it will control goes to here first. Okay, here I entered 75. So it will take as the input always takes everything as string. So the 75 will be taken as string. Later it will be converted into integer with this method. Then control comes here. If marks greater than 90. How much marks I entered? 75. 75 greater than 90? False. So this condition fails. If this condition fails, it will go to next statement. Next condition. What is the next condition? It is elif. So what is else condition? Marks greater than 80. 75 greater than 80. Again here it fails. This condition fails. So again it comes to the next condition. What is the next condition? 75. 75 greater than 70. Here the condition is true. So the condition is true means control goes to inside the statement. Here print grade C. Grade C will be output. Again, once a condition is executed and it is true, the statement is executed. Again, other statements will not be executed. Control stops here. So what happened? I'll execute. What if I got only 30 marks? So 30 marks means what should happen? 30. 30 greater than 90? False. 30 greater than 80? False. So all the conditions fail. At final, what if all the conditions have failed? Else, if all the conditions fail, then we are displaying poor. So we'll execute 30. So if 30 marks, we are displaying poor. సో ఇక్కడ ఏం జరుగుతుందంటే ఇనిషియల్గా మనం స్టూడెంట్ దగ్గర నుంచి మార్క్స్ తీసుకున్నాము. మార్క్స్ తీసుకొని మనం ఏమన్నా ఇన్పుట్ అనే మెథడ్ ఏం చేస్తుంది, ఇట్ ఆల్వేస్ టేక్స్ ఎనీథింగ్ యాజ్ స్ట్రింగ్. సో ఇది స్ట్రింగ్ లాగా తీసుకుంది. ఏం చేస్తుంది, ఇంట్ మెథడ్ ఏం చేస్తుంది, ఆ స్ట్రింగ్ ని ఇంటీజర్ కి కన్వర్ట్ చేస్తుంది. సో ఈ 75 ని స్ట్రింగ్ నుంచి ఇంటీజర్ కి కన్వర్ట్ చేసి వేరియబుల్ కి అసైన్ చేస్తుంది. మార్క్స్ ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్స్ టు 75. సో అక్కడ ఏం చేస్తున్నామంటే ఇఫ్ మార్క్స్ 75 గ్రేటర్ దెన్ 90 కాదు చెక్ చేస్తున్నాం. 75 మార్క్స్ గ్రేటర్ దెన్ 90 కాదు. సో ఫెయిల్స్, కండిషన్ ఫెయిల్ అయింది ఇక్కడ. అప్పుడు ఎల్స్ ఇఫ్ కి వెళ్తున్నాం. సో ఎలిఫ్ వాట్ హ్యాపెన్స్ ఇన్ ఎలిఫ్ అగైన్ 75 గ్రేటర్ దెన్ 80. This condition executes. So again this condition fails. So like this every condition will be executed until it goes to inside the statement. Once it enters into the statement, that will be the last step. It will not go to next conditions again. It stops execution here itself. In this entire if else conditions, if control goes to this first print statement, all the below statements will not be executed. That is the standard rule you have to remember. ఒక్కసారి కంట్రోల్ ఒక ఇఫ్ స్టేట్మెంట్లోకి వెళ్ళింది అనుకోండి, దాని తర్వాత ఏ ఎల్స్ కండిషన్స్ కానీ ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ అవ్వవు. ఇట్ స్టాప్స్ వన్స్ ఇట్ ఎంటర్స్ స్టేట్మెంట్. సో యూ అండర్స్టూడ్ ఎనీ క్వశ్చన్స్ హియర్? జస్ట్ ఇఫ్ కండిషన్ ఇస్ ట్రూ, ప్రింట్ వన్ స్టేట్మెంట్. ఇఫ్ కండిషన్ ఫాల్స్, గో టు అదర్ స్టేట్మెంట్. దట్స్ ఆల్. Any questions?
So what is elif says?
No, elif means else if. So if this if condition failed, else if, so one more condition. Here first if, right? If is failed. So elif means else if. So first condition failed. So what else we have to do? What else? So we have written one more condition. Elif means else if. This condition will be checked. So again, if this condition also failed, we have one more else if. That is elif. So in Python, we'll write as elif. In normal C programming, other basic programming languages, we'll say as else if. In Python, we'll treat them as elif. This is a keyword given for elif.
Okay, thank you.
So let us write one more program here. So what I will do is I will explain you one more program. I'll just take a number, any number. NUM is equals to input. I'll ask please enter any number. Enter a number from user. What will I do? So I want to check whether a number is odd or even. What should I do? So I write a if condition. If number, what we have to check? If number is divided by 2, what we have to check? Is it true? There, students, can you unmute it? Hello?
Yes.
Yes, you are audible.
So here what?
Yeah, you are audible, Kishore. Guys, please respond
They
now.
see, they see. So what I am trying to explain? So I want to check whether a given number is even or odd.
Or
So here, what we have to use? We have to write a condition. So to check a number is even or odd, we need to execute some condition here. So how to implement this? So what is like if you divide any number, if you remember this symbol. So if the entered number is percent, it is divided by 2. So what is that? If it is divided by 2, then 2 it is even number, right? Even numbers will be divisible by 2. Print it is even number. So else. So anyhow, if else condition, if it is not even, it will be odd. That's all. It is odd. So can anyone say any mistakes in this program? So I have taken one, please enter a number. I am asking the user to enter a number. It is checking if it is divisible by 2 or not. If it is divisible by 2, remainder will be 0. So what is this percentage symbol in arithmetic?
The input will get the values in string. We have to convert it into int first.
Yeah, correct. So that we have to do. That is the error in this program. Okay. So now I have taken an integer. So if you remember what is this percentage symbol, it will check. It will check whether this number will be divisible by 2 or not. It gives the remainder. So in arithmetic operators, yesterday we have checked, right? So what is this operator? Percentile operator symbol will give the remainder. So if a number is divisible by 2, the remainder will be 0. So if the remainder is 0, the given number is even, else it is odd. If we execute the program, please enter a number. I will enter 4. 4 it is even. So if I will enter, like I will enter 3. So 3 it is odd. So this is the main condition here. This you have to understand. Number percentile 2 equal to 0. That means here I entered 4. 4 percentile 2. 4 percentile 2 means whether 4 is divisible by 2 or not. Yes, it is divisible. 2 into 2, 4. What happens if 2 divides 4? The remainder will be 0. So this condition is true. So here if you take 2. 2 of 4. So 2 into 2 2s are 4, right? 4. Here what will be the remainder? 0, right? So 2 into 2, 4. The remainder will be 0. This will be the output of percentile symbol. That's all. So here number percentile 2. If it is even, it will be displayed. Else odd will be displayed. This is normal basic if-else condition. This is nested if. So we'll call this if-else if. This is nested if condition. This is normal if-else condition. Any questions? Any doubts? Yeah, if you did not understand anything, I'll explain you again. సో ఇక్కడ ఏం జరుగుతుందంటే ఫస్ట్ ఒక నంబర్ మనం తీసుకుంటున్నాం యూజర్ దగ్గర నుంచి నంబర్ తీసుకొని ఆ నంబర్ 2 తోని డివిజిబుల్ కాదా చెక్ చేస్తున్నాం. సో 2 తోని డివిజిబుల్ అవుతే రిమైండర్ ఏమొస్తుంది? ఇప్పుడు 10 ఉంది, 2 5s are 10. సో రిమైండర్ 0. సో రిమైండర్ 0 వస్తుంది అంటే అది ఈవెన్ నంబర్ అండి. ఒకవేళ రిమైండర్ 0 రాలేదు, ఎల్స్ ఆడ్. ఎవ్రీ నంబర్ ఇట్ విల్ బి 0 ఆర్ ఇట్ విల్ బి ఆడ్. You have to remember this condition. ఇది మెయిన్ కండిషన్. నంబర్ పర్సంటైల్ 2 పర్సంటైల్ మనం నిన్న చదువుకున్నాం. ఇట్ ఇస్ అన్ అర్థమెటిక్ ఆపరేటర్ దట్ గివ్స్ ద రిమైండర్. అర్థమైందా? ఎవరికైనా క్వశ్చన్స్ ఏమైనా ఉన్నాయా? అర్థం అవ్వకపోతే మళ్ళీ చెప్తాను.
Madam. Yeah, understanding now.
Yeah, Dheeraj and Abhi, Madhushri, everyone, you're able to understand, right?
So previous talks are explained yesterday.
Huh. So this, right? Okay, just a minute.
Abhiram, if you are not getting, please try to respond, okay? Don't sit
Okay.
idle.
సో ప్రీవియస్ ఏంటంటే సేమ్ ఫస్ట్ ఇనిషియల్గా నేను యూజర్ దగ్గర నుంచి మార్క్స్ తీసుకున్నాను. ఇన్పుట్ అనే మెథడ్ యూజ్ చేసి ఇన్బిల్ట్ మెథడ్ నేను ఇన్బిల్ట్ మెథడ్ యూజ్ చేసి మార్క్స్ తీసుకున్నాను. దాన్ని ఇంటీజర్కి కన్వర్ట్ చేశాను. ఎందుకంటే మార్క్స్ ఆర్ ఇంటీజర్స్, రైట్? ఇట్ కెన్ బి ఫ్లోట్ ఆల్సో, యూ కెన్ రైట్ ఎనీథింగ్. సో ఏదర్ ఇట్ కెన్ బి ఇంటీజర్ ఆర్ ఫ్లోట్. సో నేనేం చేశాను, ఇంటీజర్కి తీసుకున్నాను. తీసుకొని ఒక వేరియబుల్లో స్టోర్ చేసుకున్నాను. సో ఏంది, నేను ఒకసారి 50 అనే మార్క్స్ ఎంటర్ చేశాను అనుకోండి, 50. సో 50 అనే దానికి గ్రేడ్ ఏది వస్తుంది అని నేను చెక్ చేయాలి. సో సో నేను ఏం రాస్తున్నాను, ఫస్ట్ కండిషన్, ఫస్ట్ నార్మల్గా మనం టాప్ నుంచి వస్తుంది. ఫస్ట్ మార్క్స్ గ్రేటర్ దెన్ 90 అంటే 50 గ్రేటర్ దెన్ 90 ఫాల్స్. సో కండిషన్ ఎప్పుడైతే ఇక్కడ ఫెయిల్ అయింది అనుకోండి, నెక్స్ట్ స్టేట్మెంట్కి వెళ్ళిపోతుంది, దాని లోపలికి వెళ్ళదు. ఇట్ విల్ నాట్ గో ఇన్ సైడ్, ఇట్ విల్ గో టు ద నెక్స్ట్ ఎల్స్ ఇఫ్ ఆర్ ఎల్స్ కండిషన్. సో ఇక్కడ నెక్స్ట్ ఇమీడియట్గా ఎల్స్ ఇఫ్ ఉంది కాబట్టి ఎల్స్కి వెళ్తుంది. ఇక్కడ 50 గ్రేటర్ దెన్ 80, అగైన్ హియర్ ఫాల్స్, అగైన్ దిస్ ఫెయిల్స్, అగైన్ ఇట్ విల్ నాట్ గో టు ఇన్సైడ్. సో ఇక్కడ కూడా లోపలికి వెళ్ళదు, కండిషన్ ఫెయిల్. సో మళ్ళీ నెక్స్ట్ ఎల్స్ ఇఫ్కి వెళ్తుంది. సో మళ్ళీ ఇక్కడ 50 గ్రేటర్ దెన్ 70 ఇక్కడ చెక్ చేస్తుంది, అగైన్ దిస్ ఫెయిల్స్, అగైన్ ఇట్ విల్ గో టు ద నెక్స్ట్ కండిషన్. సో 50 గ్రేటర్ దెన్ 60 ఇక్కడ కూడా ఫెయిల్ అవుతుంది. సో లాస్ట్ ఏముంది, సో హియర్ దెర్ ఇస్ నో కండిషన్. సో ఇఫ్ ఆల్ ద అబోవ్ కండిషన్స్ ఆర్ ఫెయిల్డ్, so directly the default print statement should be poor, because here total will be 100. Definitely above 60 will be somewhere, these conditions will be true. If it is below 60, we are displaying poor. So 50 ki conditions అన్ని ఫెయిల్ అవుతాయి. అన్ని ఫెయిల్ అయ్యాక లాస్ట్ ఉన్నది ఒకటే ఆప్షన్. వాట్ ఈస్ దట్ ఆప్షన్? టు డిస్ప్లే ప్రింట్ poor.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. So you understood, right? Now we'll go to the next topic. So this is a if-else condition. This is very important. So next, if you remember on day 1, like we have discussed about the data types. So I told you we'll learn about the list data type later. So we have studied till Boolean, integer, floating, string, Boolean, list. So this tuple and dictionary are we'll learn later then. So the major part in data engineering is list. So almost like in every situation we will be using this list program, list data type. So we'll go through the list. Okay. First we'll go to for and while, then we'll go to the list topic. So for and while. So for, like, these are looping statements. What is the meaning of loop? So here, like, I have one print statement. Let me consider. We'll take one more file. For loop.py. Suppose I want to print hello. Print hello. So I have what here? I have printed hello. So if I want to print this 1000 times, so how do I do? Like, I cannot write print hello 1000 times, right? So that is not the proper coding. So I want to print this hello 1000 times. So what will be the solution? So then comes like looping statements. So I have two options here. I can use for loop, I can use while loop. So here if you see for loop, it is used to iterate over a sequence and execute a block of code multiple times. So this is important. To execute any block of code multiple times, then we have to use the looping statements. It can be for loop or it can be while loop. Internally some differences are there, but any of these two we have to use. So to execute a block of code multiple times, so we have to use this one. I'll explain you the program. Here, to learn about for loop, like, we have one more inbuilt Python method, range. So range is an inbuilt method for range. So here if you see, so here if you see, what happens is syntax of for loop is, so for is a keyword, we have to define a temporary variable. This I is a temporary variable in. So in is again a keyword in the for loop. So range, so here you can use anything, like it can be a list or it can be a string, it can be this any method range. So here if you see, it can be a list, it can be a string, or it can be range. So where so I have an object, it can be list or it can be string. So in that object I want to loop. So that variable we have to use here, that method or that list, that string can be used here. So for I in range of 1 to 10, I am printing I. So still if you want to understand easily, I'll print hello. So here if you see, hello is printed 10 times. How? Because I have given here a condition like range of 1 to 10. This program will always execute till 10 times.
But the output is in 9 line, not 10.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. So here range operator, like it starts from the initial point, it vomits the end last point. So okay, here so this method we'll discuss later. Focus on like this iteration. So here looping statements are used for iteration purpose. That is the main concept here. Okay, that 9 or 10 we can discuss about range method later. So here the concept is how to execute a block of code multiple times. So multiple times, sequence of multiple times. So for that we will be using for loop. How do you use for loop? So for loop contains keywords. What is the keywords like? For is a keyword, in is a keyword, in middle we will use a temporary variable, in later like we will use what object we need to perform this iteration. What object we need? It can be a list, it can be a string, it can be a range. So this is the condition here, colon, this is a standard syntax of for loop. Then we have to use the block of code. That is the syntax. Understood, right?
Understood, sir.
Yeah. So here, just to execute a block of code multiple times. For that we will use for loop. So now what is a while loop then? So here, similar to that, like here we have used inbuilt range method, right? Now I don't want to use any inbuilt methods. So I just want to write pure logic. So then what we have to do, right? This is also same. This is also a looping statement. But what happens here is, here we have used temporary variable, right? This temporary variable, it starts from this first number 1. It ends at this 6. So this I values will be starting from 1 to 6. Here in this while loop, we will only initialize the I value. We'll initialize the I value, then we will write our condition. This is while is a statement. While is a loop statement. So while what is our condition? So we will write our condition. Then we will execute the block of code. So ఇక్కడ ఏంటంటే while loop కి for loop డిఫరెన్స్ ఏంటంటే while లో మనం ఆ టెంపరరీ వేరియబుల్ ని వీల్ ఇనిషియలైజ్ మనమే ఇనిషియలైజ్ చేసుకొని మన కండిషన్ రాసుకుంటాం. ఇక్కడ while అని ఒక వర్డ్ రాసేసి, కీవర్డ్ రాసేసి ఒక కండిషన్ రాసుకుంటాం. కండిషన్ రాసుకొని అప్పుడు మన బ్లాక్ ఆఫ్ కోడ్ రాస్తాం దాంట్లో. సో ఇక్కడ ఇప్పుడు మనం ఫర్ లూప్ సపోజ్ ఇక్కడ ఏంటంటే వైల్ లూప్. సో ఇక్కడ మనకి ఫస్ట్ నాకు హలో అని ఒక 10 times ప్రింట్ చేయాలి. ఇప్పుడు నేను ఏం చేస్తాను అంటే ఫస్ట్ ఒక వేరియబుల్ తీసుకుంటాను, i is equals to 1. సో while i అనేది నాకు ఇంకా 10 టైమ్స్ ప్రింట్ చేయాలి. సో i అనేది ఏంటి, లెస్ దెన్ ఆర్ ఈక్వల్ టు 10, అంతే కదా. 1 నుంచి స్టార్ట్ చేసినప్పుడు లెస్ దెన్ ఆర్ ఈక్వల్ టు 10 ఏమవుతుంది, ఇక్కడ కోలన్. సో ప్రింట్ హలో. సో ఇక్కడ ఏమవుతుంది, ఇక్కడ ఏంటంటే ఇప్పుడు i1 లెస్ దెన్ ఆర్ ఈక్వల్స్ టు 10. సో ట్రూ, ఇట్ విల్ ఎంటర్ హియర్. What happens, it print hello. Again it will go to the while condition. So it is a continuous, until this condition fails, these statements will be executed. Here what happens, so we are not affecting the I value. మనం ఇక్కడ I value change చేయట్లేదు. Then what will happen here, the statement will be executed continuously. It will not stop because I value we are not affecting I value. It will be first 1 less than or equal to 10, true, it will enter. Again it will go to 1 less than or equal to 10. So it will continuously, this will be executed. So if you see, follow, see here, if you see this bar, it is continuously executing, it is not stopping. So here it is executing, still it is executing, it will not stop, it falls into infinite loop because we have to affect the I value, we are not affecting the I value, it will not stop. We have to stop it manually. So I have stopped it now. So how do we affect? So we, yeah, tell me.
Sir, how to stop?
That's so. So how to stop means we have to make this condition fail. If the condition fails, it will stop. So what is our target? To print hello 10 times, right? So how to make this fail? I value should be greater than 10. So for every iteration, we have to increment the I value. I is equals to I plus 1. So what will happen here? So for every iteration, the I value will be changed. So I'll explain here. What happens? First initially the I value will be 1. Then again here it comes here. 1 is less than or equals to 10, true. It prints hello. It increments the value of I. So here in for loop, the increment will be by default. We no need to write the I plus 1. So inbuilt it will be have that increment operation. So for loop లో increment అనేది inbuilt అదే జరుగుతుంది, మనం ఏం చేయాల్సిన అవసరం లేదు. So but in while loop we will have to increment that value. So I equals to, so what happens here? First I value will be 1. Next I less than or equals to 10. 1 less than or equals to 10. This will be true. Print hello. Print. Next I value will be, I is equals to, now I plus 1, right? Means 2. Again 2 less than or equals to 10. True. Again print. What will happen? See here iterations. First iteration 2 less than or equals to 10. Print. Again what will happen? I is equals to 2 plus 1. 3 now. Now again 3 less than or equals to 10. Again print. You are able to understand, right? Until this condition fails, this block of code will be executed. If you did not understand anything, once let me know. I can explain you again in simpler way. I'll try to explain you in still simpler way.
Explain again, sir. Simpler.
Yeah. Oh. Okay. So we'll come to basic. So what is the use of while loop? To execute a block of code as long as the condition is true. So here what is happening is, as long as this condition is true, the code will be executed. This code. So what is the code inside the while loop here? So if we have this colon, whatever comes under this straight line, that will be inside the while loop. This vertical straight line. So if here the code comes before that straight line, so the code, only these two lines will be inside the while loop. So here what is happening is, first I value will be 1. So I starts with 1. While loop comes here. 1 less than or equals to 10. So 1 less than or equals to 10 is true. First what is I value? I is equals to 1. Next what is happening? 1 less than or equals to 10. This is true, right? What happens if this is true? What we are doing? We are printing hello. Correct, right? We are printing hello, and what we are doing? We are incrementing I. We are making them I is equals to I plus 1. So it will become 2. For next iteration, 2 less than or equals to 10. This will be true. Again we are printing hello. Again what we are after printing hello? Again we are incrementing I value. Means 2 plus 1, 3. So now this 3 will be I value. Again 3 less than or equals to 10. So hello. Again what happens? I is equals to 3 plus 1, 4. If you practice, you will get clear understanding actually. See here, what is happening is, first I value will be 1. So first I value 1 ఉంటుంది. తర్వాత ఇక్కడ ఏం చేస్తున్నాం మనం? I less than or equals to 10. సో కండిషన్ ట్రూ అవుతుంది. ట్రూ అయినప్పుడు ఏం చేస్తున్నాం? హలో అని ప్రింట్ చేస్తున్నాం. ప్రింట్ చేయడం ఒకటే కాకుండా ఐ వాల్యూని ఇంక్రిమెంట్ చేస్తున్నాం మనం. ఇంక్రిమెంట్ అంటే ఏంటి? ఇనిషియల్ ఐ వాల్యూ 1 ఉంది. ఇంక్రిమెంట్ ప్లస్ 1 అంటే 1 plus 1 2 అవుతుంది. సో అగైన్ నెక్స్ట్ ఇటరేషన్, సెకండ్ ఇటరేషన్, 2 less than or equals to 10, true. Print hello, మళ్ళీ hello print అవుతుంది. Again I is equals to, I value present ఎంత ఉంది? 2 plus 1, 3 అవుతుంది. So again next iteration, third iteration what will happen? 3 less than or equals to 10, again true, print hello. Again I is equals to 3 plus 1, 4. So again 4 less than or equals to 10, fourth iteration. So till how many iterations it will take place? Until this condition fails. For 10 iterations it will continue. At last what will happen? At the last step, when I value will be 10, so if I value will be 10, so let us see. So at the 9th step, so 9 less than or equals to 10, it will display hello. I is equals to what it will happen? 9 plus 1, 10. 10. This will be again true, right? So 10 less than or equals to 10. This will be true. Hello. Here what happens now? I value will be 10 plus 1, 11. So here what happens when I value is 11? 11 less than or equals to 10. Here it will come 11 less than or equals to 10. Now this condition fails. So is there any statement, other statements? No other statements. So stops the execution. Stops execution. Do not go inside. So what if? So here after this we have some more code. If I want to print hi after executing all these statements, so what should happen? We should not write here. We have to give one back statement. If we are going one back statement, that means while loop ended here. Here while loop ended, we are writing our next logics. So what I'll do? I'll print hi. So here what happens now? After printing hello 10 times, the condition fails here at the 11th iteration, like 11 less than or equals to 10. Here condition fails. So it will come to out of the loop. Here it comes to out of loop. Out of the loop what we have? It will go to next lines, that's all. Next lines means I have print hi. Hi will be printed. See hi. 10 times hello will be printed. After execution of loop, hi will be printed. Understood? Any questions or any doubts? ఏదైనా అర్థం అవ్వలేదు ఇంకా? జస్ట్ ఒకటే ఇక్కడ రిమెంబర్ చేయాల్సిందంటే వైల్ లూప్ లో కండిషన్, వైల్ కీవర్డ్ కండిషన్ ఉంటుంది, వైల్ బ్లాక్ ఆఫ్ స్టేట్మెంట్స్. సో ఈ బ్లాక్ ఆఫ్ స్టేట్మెంట్స్ హౌ మెనీ టైమ్స్ దే విల్ ఎగ్జిక్యూట్? until this condition fails, they will execute continuously. So one thing here you have to remember is the syntax: while, condition, colon, block of statements. That is the first thing you have to remember.
Yeah.
This internal logic you can.
Yeah, Akshay.
This.
Yeah, Kishore, someone raised hand. Just a moment.
Okay.
He's have any doubt, I think. Yeah, what happened, guys? Hello?
Just who raised the hand? You can call their name, right?
Kodam.
Oh.
Yeah, okay, continue, Kishore.
Yeah, you students, you understood the while loop. If you need any
Yes, sir.
explanation, it's you again. Hmm? Yeah, Dheeraj, Madhushri, Abhiram, understood, right?
Understood,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yeah. So two looping statements, for loop and while loop. In for loop, we have syntaxes for the temporary variable. In either here it can be range, it can be string, it can be list, and a block of code with colon syntax. While loop is, so in for loop, like a while loop, we have the condition while statement. Before that, we have this is not mandatory. Like based on our logic, we will initialize the variables. So while condition colon the block of statements that you have to remember. Only the keywords and block of statements. That is a major thing. So today we have gone through the if-else conditional statements, looping statements, while and for loop. So to get hands-on, definitely you have to practice. So even if I explain you 10 programs or 20 programs, until you write code on your own, then only you will get the hands-on experience. So if I tell, even if I tell, still I can say, if you need 10 programs also, I can easily explain 10 programs. But when you write with your hands the code, then you will only get practiced. Then only you will understand the syntax and everything. So today we have covered if-else statements. Tomorrow, we will discuss the list topics. So this is very important in data engineering. Don't try to join with only laptops. Do not join from mobile tomorrow. Parallelly, you need to practice. List is very important topic in data engineering. Okay? So if you have any questions on looping statements, you can, if you have now, you can ask. Others, you can tomorrow in class, you can ask. If-else statements and looping statements. Any questions or any doubts? If-else and looping statements.
Sir, after hello, how can we high lesson, sir?
So, yeah, just a minute. I'll be back in 1 minute. Yeah, students, if there are no doubts, we can close. Or if okay, you asked about print high, right? సో ఇక్కడ హాయ్ అని ఎలా ప్రింట్ అవుతుందంటే మనం డిస్కస్ చేసాం కదా ఈ సో ఈ బ్లాక్ ఆఫ్ 2 లైన్ కోడ్స్ ఉంది కదా ఇది వైల్ లోపల ఉంది. సో ఎప్పుడైతే ఈ ఎగ్జిక్యూషన్ వైల్ లూప్ ఎగ్జిక్యూషన్ కంప్లీట్ అవుతుందో నెక్స్ట్ లైన్ ఆటోమేటిక్ గా కంట్రోల్ వెళ్ళిపోతుంది. సో ఆఫ్టర్ ది see here if line 1 executed, what control do? It will go to line 2. Again it will go to, if condition is true, it will go to line 3. Again it will go to line 4. Here these 2 lines are inside the while loop, right? So if while loop లోపల ఉన్నాయి కాబట్టి ఇమీడియట్ గా నెక్స్ట్ లైన్ కి వెళ్ళకుండా నెక్స్ట్ ఇటరేషన్ కి వెళ్తారు. అంటిల్ ఆల్ ద ఇటరేషన్స్ ఆర్ కంప్లీటెడ్ ఇట్ విల్ నాట్ గో టు ద అదర్ లైన్స్. వన్స్ ది ఇటరేషన్స్ ఆర్ కంప్లీటెడ్ ఇన్ ద వైల్ లూప్ దెన్ ఇట్ విల్ గో టు ద నెక్స్ట్ కంటిన్యూస్ లైన్స్. సో ఇక్కడ ఇటరేషన్స్ అయిపోయాక దీని నెక్స్ట్ కంట్రోల్ ఎక్కడికి వెళ్ళాలి, నెక్స్ట్ లైన్కి వెళ్ళాలి కదా. సో అప్పుడు ఈ లైన్ ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ అవుతుంది. ఓకేనా, అర్థమైందా? ఇక్కడ ఈ ప్రింట్ అవ్వద్దానికి ఏం లేదు, ఈ లైన్స్ ఎగ్జిక్యూషన్ అయిపోయింది కాబట్టి నెక్స్ట్ లైన్కి వెళ్తుంది అంతే. సో ఫస్ట్ ఎందుకు ప్రింట్ హాయ్ అని రాలేదు అని అంటే ఇక్కడ ఈ వైల్ లూప్ ఫస్ట్ ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ అవుతుంది కదా. సో అందుకే హాయ్ ప్రింట్ అవ్వలేదు, హలో ప్రింట్ అయింది ఫస్ట్. ఈ కంప్లీట్ లూప్ ఎగ్జిక్యూషన్ అయిపోయాక అప్పుడు హాయ్ ప్రింట్ అయింది. ఓకే, జయశ్రీ we are done. So tomorrow we will discuss about